Hello everyone, I'm Lucy. Today, I'll take you on an exciting story, but before we begin, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go! It's every girl's fantasy to wake up and go viral, but me? I went viral for all the wrong reasons. I woke up to 100 notifications and saw ugliest girl in the world trending, and there it was. My bare face and all splashed across every platform under the sun. No filter, no warning, just pure humiliation. Hey, I'm Scarlet and this is my story. If you want to know how I went from being the ugliest girl on the internet to having my face on every freaking billboard in town, they then hit that subscribe button, smash the bell, and keep watching out of a book. So how did it all start? A few months back, my skin just freaked out. Pimples started popping up like they were on a mission. I was already average looking, so this just added fuel to the fire. My mom took me to a dermatologist, but they hit me with the classic.
It's hormonal. It'll go away on its own.
It got worse. I started piling on drugstore makeup, hoping no one would notice what was underneath. Kids at school started clowning me for my makeup, calling it crusty, cakey, broken. Only my best friend knew the truth. She used to come over all the time, and that day was no different. Except I wasn't wearing makeup. I didn't even realize she had gone live on Insta, not until the comments started rolling in. And just like that, my bare face was out there for the whole internet to judge. When I confronted her, she played dumb. I said it was a mistake, but then some girls at school told me she did it on purpose to get rid of me, because people had started making fun of her too, for hanging out with someone so ugly. In her world, having me as a best friend was bad, and that broke me. While the internet laughed, I stayed home, falling apart. No one really understands what it's like to become famous for your worst moment, for your face. I couldn't even look at myself. Every mirror felt like it was mocking me. Still, I dragged myself to school. And yeah, people stared, whispered, laughed, like I was some walking joke. Then this guy came up to me, Zayden.
Hey, I'm sorry what happened to you. It wasn't right. Sloan shouldn't have done that.
Why are you being sympathetic? You want clout too? What's your angle?
What? No angle. I've been there. Went viral when I slipped off a weight bench at the gym. Everyone called me Flat Zayden for weeks.
Yeah, well, at least you're not ugly. Yours was just an accident.
So are you. You're not ugly. You're just hurt.
Zayden and I had gotten close. We clicked on everything, and I started falling for him. Since I wasn't ready to be seen in public, he came over to my place. We were hanging out in my room, and there was this quiet moment. He leaned in and kissed me, and I kissed him back. Then suddenly, his face went pale, and seconds later, he turned and puked right there in my room. I froze. I thought, he's disgusted by me, by my face. That's why he kissed me and threw up. I grabbed my makeup remover wipes and handed him one so he could clean up. But then something snapped in me. I looked at him, hurt and furious, and I slapped him right across the cheek with the same wipe. He stumbled back, mumbling,
I'll explain everything later.
Then he ran out like a total coward. The next day at school, one of Zayden's teammates walked upstairs, smirking like something was funny.
You really thought he liked you? He lost a bet. Dating you was the punishment.
My heart sank. I just walked out, holding back tears until I made it home. And then I broke down crying, screaming, clutching my chest like I could hold my heart together with just my hands, because honestly, I didn't know it could hurt this much. My mom saw my face and asked,
What happened?
You need to do something for me, for my skin!
It's just a phase. It'll pass. Don't be so hard on yourself.
You're only saying that because you're not in my shoes. You never actually take care of me. And now look, this happened because you never listened. And you're still acting like it's not a big deal.
And that's when the front door flew open. Enter Aunt Layla, icon, legend. My mom's cooler, way more supportive sister.
I heard what happened and rushed over.
She hugged me tight, and then she looked me in the eyes and added,
We're fixing this. I'm taking you to the best cosmic dermatologist in the city. I've got you, girl.
And for the first time in weeks, I actually felt a little bit of hope. When we got to the dermatologist clinic, I was shook. This wasn't just a clinic. It looked like a freaking 5-star hotel. Marble floors, designer furniture, lemon water, and glass display dispensers. The works. We waited forever at the reception. I was starting to get fidgety, and Aunt Lila was like,
Let me go check what's taking so long.
She disappeared through a hallway. I got bored, stood up and wandered a little, just minding my own business. Then I heard voices, familiar ones, so I peeked around the corner. Huh? It was Aunt Layla talking to someone from the clinic team.
She doesn't know. This all started after I gave her that cross cream. But you reformulated it now, right? Just treat her and we'll use her as a success story for the brand.
My stomach dropped. It all clicked. The breakouts, the timing, Everything started right after I used that cream she gave me. And she knew. She knew she wasn't helping me. She was using me. Once again, I rushed back home. No points for guessing where my emotional breakdown was headed. I slammed the door and started howling like my world had just imploded. Exploded again. This time, my mom didn't stay silent. She ran in and asked,
What happened now?
and I told her everything. The cream, the clinic, Aunt Lila's little secret plan. Her face turned red with rage. First thing she said,
Stop using that cream right now.
Yeah, thanks, Captain Obvious. But here's the thing. My mom's not just any mom. She's a social media advisor at a major firm. So she fired up her ring light, pulled out receipts, and made a video exposing the cosmetic company and Aunt Layla. That video exploded. People started commenting, snitching, sharing their own stories. So many said the same thing.
That product ruined my skin too.
And just like that, a movement was born. Cosmetic cruelty. Turns out Aunt Layla and that fancy cosmetic company, yeah, they got sued hard. Not just by us, but by dozens of people who finally came forward. They were hit with lawsuits, expensive, exposed across all media, and forced to pay massive reimbursements, their reputation done for. After I stopped using that cursed cream, my skin slowly started healing. My mom and we became internet icons without even trying. She got invited onto all these self-care and parenting podcasts, talking about training, true transparency, and protecting your kids. And me, I started getting DMs from beauty brands. Not just the fake polished ones who want to slap on filters and call it confidence. No, these were brands that saw the beauty in real skin, in raw stories, in honesty, and they wanted me. Breakouts, scars, everything. Then one day, I saw it, my face, raw and glowing, staring down from every major billboard in town. Me, the girl the internet once called the ugliest and the wildest part. It wasn't about the fame or the money. That stuff, just a side effect. The real win, owning my story and helping other people feel seen in theirs. Then one quiet evening, there was a knock on the door. It was Zayden. He stood there, looking nervous but determined, like he'd been rehearsing this moment 100 times.
That day when I puked, it wasn't because of you. I had food poisoning or the worst stomach flu ever. I was already feeling sick and panicked. And the second I kissed you, I knew I wasn't gonna make it. I ran because I didn't want to embarrass myself more than I already had.
Then why did your friend say you lost a bet? That I was a punishment?
Because he saw us together and got jealous. He made it up to hurt you. I didn't correct him because I was scared, but I'm not scared anymore.
I opened my mouth to ask about the makeup wipe thing, but he just smirked.
Shh, some things are for next time.
A young Chinese couple moved to the US with their baby, and for 4 years they were struggling to make ends meet. So when the woman found out she was pregnant again, she was really upset.
Another child? Even one is too much.
Just then, her husband burst in and said he'd found an investor for his business.
Oh honey, our luck is about to turn.
And it did. Within a few months, the man's business was booming. They moved to a lovely house where they welcomed their second child, who was me. Hi, my name is Gia, which means extraordinary. Before I continue, please like and subscribe. My parents could spend hours gazing at me. They thought I was perfection itself and they gave me everything. I literally grew up with a silver spoon in my mouth. All was perfect except for one problem. My older sister, Mia, she was weird. She would just glare at me or wake me up in the middle of the night. On my first birthday, my parents threw a huge party for the entire neighborhood as everyone gathered around the table. Then suddenly Mia jumped onto it.
I've never had a birthday party. I've never even had a cake. Why does she get everything?
Is that girl your daughter? You never mentioned any other kid than Gia.
Screamed, and then she went all Godzilla on my cake. She was banned from the party and my parents arranged for another cake within minutes. As I got older, I started realizing that my parents were really unfair to Mia. When I was 5, I got all the presents I wanted for Christmas, but she looked really mad at hers.
Why would you give me these ugly socks and a geography book?
What's wrong with the book? If you opened one, sometimes your grades would be better.
Why are you guys always like this with me, and never with Gia?
Because Gia is perfect. She's just easier to love.
I felt terrible as Mia's eyes welled up and she stormed off. She wouldn't even join us for the Christmas party, so I took food up to her room. Hey Mia, I brought you all your favorite.
Don't even bother, which nothing you could ever do would make me hate you less.
The next day I was flipping through Gia's geography book when Mom said,
Oh honey, you won't understand that you are too little.
Yes, I do. Mom and I just learned the names of all 50 states. Want to hear them? I rattled off the entire list and everyone stared at me.
You little genius, you just keep amazing me. This has to be some kind of world record, right?
My parents called every newspaper in town to come interview their wonder kid, and I was suddenly famous. Mom and Dad were showing me off everywhere, but even worse, they enrolled me in a fancy private school, not the public one where Mia was. As I was going in our limo on my first day, we drove past Mia walking to her school, and I felt sad. Why can't she go to my school, Mom?
Because she's dumb, sweetheart, and your school is so expensive. Why should we waste money on her? You're the one with the big bright future, so you're worth it then.
And I just kept growing further apart. Once in 5th grade, my parents were helping me prepare for the National Spelling Bee when Mia walked in and we gasped. She dyed her hair bright pink and was wearing the most amazing makeup, but my parents went bonkers.
What did you do to your hair? It was the one nice thing you inherited from me, and I never put on makeup till I was a married woman.
Everyone here wears makeup, Mom, and people tell me I'm really good at it. Maybe I could be a makeup artist one day.
Wow, we came all the way from China and struggled to give you an education so you can be some clown artist. Why can't you be more like Gia? You're an embarrassment to me and all our ancestors.
She left angrily. Guys, you need to stop this. She hates me because of you.
Oh baby, who cares what she thinks?
I care. I went after Mia and told her she looked beautiful. I expected her to be mean as always, but she kind of smiled at me.
Thanks, kiddo. You've always been nicer to me than the rest of them.
Was I hearing some kind words from Mia in this rare moment? I asked her if she'd like to come see me at the spelling bee and she said yes. I was nervous at the event because it was being shown on television, but I aced all the rounds and I won. Just then I heard Mia screaming.
She's a cheater, won by cheating. She was shouting that my parents had been helping me by spelling out the words.
My parents were furious, but when the camera footage was pulled out, we saw that they were mouthing the words, but I wasn't looking at them. I spelled the words myself, but the judges disqualified me immediately. The minute we got outside, I'm so mad right now. Why do you hate me? What did I ever do to you?
You were born, and you took everything I deserved.
My parents told Mia she was grounded for eternity.
Totally worth it.
Then, we can't go on like this. We're sisters. Wouldn't you rather have a fresh start instead of hating me forever?
No, I'd rather hate you forever. It's just easier to hate you.
As she stormed off, I decided I was done with her, and we hardly ever spoke after that. In the 8th grade, Dad announced one day that a friend's daughter, Sophia, would be coming from France to stay with us for some months. When she walked into our house, we were all awestruck by her beauty and style. She could also speak 5 languages and was a math wizard.
Wow, you're the perfect friend for Gia. You're like the big sister we wish she had.
Even though Sophia was 3 years older, we had a lot in common and we got close. One day, we heard some voices from Mia's room and we peeked inside. She was in front of her phone recording a makeup tutorial for TikTok. The minute she spotted us, she looked mad.
Why are you, jerk, spying on me? Buzz off and don't breathe a word of this to Mom and Dad or else.
We immediately checked out Mia's TikTok account and to our shock, she had 1 million subscribers. She was really talented. Later at dinner, Mia came downstairs with a new hairstyle, and Mom just couldn't control herself.
Is this what you do all day? Playing with your hair? What's gonna become of you?
Oh, I don't think you need to worry, Miss Chang. Mia is practically a TikTok star.
What on earth is a TikTok star?
And then Sophia showed them Mia's account on her phone. I could just see Dad turning purple.
I'm supposed to tell my relatives in China that my daughter is some internet idiot? We've been way too easygoing with you, Mia, and that was a mistake.
He stormed off to her room. He roughly flung all of Mia's belongings out the door.
What are you doing?
Are you crazy? Dad, stop it. Mia burst into angry tears and ran out of the house. When my parents stormed off, I turned to Sophia. Why did you do that?
I didn't know they'd react this way. I was only trying to help poor Fan because they're always putting her down. I thought they'd be proud of her.
Well, Sophia had no idea how crazy our parents really were. She tried apologizing, but Mia wouldn't even open the door for her. Weeks passed, and I was busy studying with Sophia for an important exam. The day before the exam, though, my parents had to go out of town.
We'll be back tomorrow morning, darling. Good luck.
The next morning when I woke up, it was super late. I'd set the alarm for 7, and now it was 10. The exam was over by now. My parents would be devastated. I ran downstairs when suddenly I stopped short. Mia was sitting in the living room with our parents and a very elegant woman.
Your daughter has a supermodel's face and people already love her. We want to collaborate with our makeup brand.
When my parents saw the check she handed, their eyes almost popped out. As Mia signed the deal and the woman left, I saw something extraordinary. My parents started hugging Mia.
Oh, darling, I had no idea you were so talented. I was still super upset about my exam and I burst in.
Mom, Dad, I missed my exam and…
What exam? Oh, for that high school? Who cares? Didn't you just hear Mia's amazing news? Come, darling, let's go for a fancy brunch.
What? The freaking fish just happened and suddenly I was living Mia's life. My parents couldn't stop showing her off and I was invisible. One day they told me Mia would be using the limo and I could take the bus to school.
It's time you learned to be a grown-up. Anyway, one day we weren't here and you just slept through your exam. So irresponsible.
Wow, who were these people? Sophia was my only ally here. Now, Mom and Dad threw a huge party to celebrate Mia's first modeling campaign. In the middle of it, the owner of the makeup brand burst in and she marched up furiously to Mia.
You stupid girl, how dare you post something like this about my brand?
What are you talking about?
This.
It was a post on Mia's Instagram with some makeup and the caption, "These products are tested on rabbits who are kept in terrible conditions. Boycott this cruel brand." Mia protested that she'd never posted this, but the woman wouldn't listen and threatened to sue her as she stormed off. Then suddenly pounced on me.
You did this, didn't you? You couldn't stand that I was getting the limelight for once.
Get off me, you psycho! It wasn't me. My parents tried to calm Mia down while they shouted at me for ruining her career and grounded me. This was crazy. Later that night, I was going down to the kitchen when I heard Sophia's voice from Mia's room.
You just turned 18, and you can leave these terrible people. Gia hates you, and your parents were awful to you before you became famous and rich. Forget them, and come with me to France. You'll be even bigger there.
And then suddenly it all clicked. It was Sophia creating all this chaos. Sophia, it's you! You made me miss my exam, and you posted that on Mia's Instagram. Sophia suddenly looked really evil.
Yeah, I did all that, but can't you see I've only exposed the truth about your greedy parents? They've always treated Mia like dirt till they thought she was worth something, and now they're treating you the same way. Well, you can stay here, Gia, and maybe you'll be their favorite daughter again. But Mia's going with me because I actually love her, and I'll treat her like a queen then.
And I were both stunned.
Sophia, you're crazy. You almost ruined my career to make me go with you. I don't love you, and I'm not going anywhere with you.
Sophia started screaming and dancing like a real maniac. Our parents came running in the noise, and when we told them everything she'd done, they sent her packing to France on the earliest flight. But the whole fiasco was a wake-up call for me. And then Sophia might be crazy, but she was completely right about our parents. Mom, Dad, you can't treat us like we only deserve your love if we're worth something, and you never let us have a normal relationship. This has to stop.
I'm not even waiting for you to change anymore. I'm moving out. Gia, would you like to come with me and maybe we could have a fresh start?
I instantly said yes, and no matter how much our parents begged, we decided it was best for us to move away from them. Family love should be unconditional, not dependent on achievements or talents. Treating children fairly and respecting their individual passions helps them feel accepted and more connected. It was the worst day of my life. There was just no other way to put it. I've been super excited about being selected as the lead for the school play, and that too over Jessica, the head cheerleader who was always trying to one-up me. But just as I was celebrating my small victory, she walked up to Brody, my boyfriend and the male lead. Then, without any warning, she kissed him in front of everyone. Brody looked stunned, but to my utmost horror, he grinned and said,
That was hot.
"Hey, get away from him."
Oh no, don't babe. Listen, I've been dreaming about her kissing me since forever. It's a dream coming true. I'm sure you'll understand. We're over. Take care, I guess.
Are you out of your mind? What do you like about her? But she just kissed him again and they both left. She doesn't even like Sniper Wolf. She isn't human. I was so devastated that I ran home and went straight to bed. Little did I know the horror was just beginning. Hi, my name is Carly, and this is my story of how my entire life got turned upside down in a matter of hours. Before I continue, don't forget to like and subscribe. I woke up startled when I felt something touched my foot. I sat up in bed and saw something that made me scream. A young girl was staring right at me across the room.
Carly?
Who are you?
Thank God you're awake. Aunt Carly, you look so stupid when you're asleep.
Aunt Carly? Who are you? And how did you get in here? The kid just rolled her eyes and handed me a letter.
Mommy disappeared last night and left this letter to me. Read it now.
I opened the letter and almost passed out.
My beautiful Haley, if something ever happens to me, don't be scared and go to your Aunt Carly on this address. Just make sure your grandma never sees you. I'll come find you as soon as I can. Love, Mommy.
I gasped. This little brat was my sister Abby's daughter. Mom had kicked Abby out 6 years ago for being pregnant at only 18. Abby had completely disappeared, and now suddenly she'd sent her kid to me out of the blue. While I was reading the letter, the girl had unpacked a huge bag with skincare products.
It's time for my night routine. Where's the bathroom?
Hold it, you can't stay here. How am I supposed to hide you from Mom?
That sounds like your personal problem.
Suddenly, Mom started banging loudly on my door.
Carly, I just heard a little girl's voice. Are you hiding your secret child in there? Open the door or else.
Oh no. I shoved Haley inside my closet and threw all her bags under my bed just as the door flew open, and Mom barged in looking like a bull ready to attack.
What took you so long to open the door? Where's your kid?
Don't be crazy, Mom. Why would I have a kid? I don't remember getting pregnant for 9 freaking months. I don't even have a boyfriend.
That's what your sister said too, but look what she did.
But I'm not Abby, Mom.
I have my eyes on you, young lady.
As soon as Mom left the room, Haley stepped out of my closet looking really annoyed.
Your mom sounds like a pain in the butt.
I don't know what to do with you. Could you just go to sleep now so I can have my peace? I'll get you a mattress. She laughed and jumped onto the bed.
Don't be crazy. That's child abuse.
Before I could protest, she had snuggled under the covers and gone to sleep. I considered putting her out with the trash, but as she lay there peacefully, I realized that she looked so much like her mom. It just really made me miss my sister. Okay, fine. I'll give you a week before I have to figure out how to deal with the situation. The next day, I woke up to Haley jumping on the bed.
It's all done. Auntie Dumbo.
What is this?
Your homework? I redid everything because all your answers were wrong.
She pushed my notebook into my hands and I almost passed out. She'd erased all my work and it was due today. I didn't have time to correct it. This is a graded assignment. If I fail, I swear I'll make you live under the bed forever. But boy, was I in for a shock. My teacher announced that I was the only one with the perfect score. After class, everyone surrounded me in the hallway and someone said,
"If you do my homework, I'll pay you $50.
I'll pay you 100.
Before I knew it, I already had 20 people offering to pay me good money, and everyone wanted to hang out with me so I wouldn't turn their work down. After school, I rushed home with a brilliant idea. I told Haley I would keep her if she did everyone's homework. You can help me be popular and I'll take you shopping.
You've got yourself a deal, sister.
With the fame I gained, I got Brody's attention back. One day, he stopped me in the corridor. What do you want now, Brody?
Carly, I'm so sorry. I was so stupid and I never should have broken up with someone as smart and pretty as you.
You're right about that.
I just need your help to pass this one class. Please tell me you'll help me, or I'll think you haven't forgiven me.
Okay, fine, I'll do it.
Thanks, babe. This means the world to me.
I took his assignment and gave it to Haley. She took one look and said,
Brody, is this the boy you've been crying over in your diary with such a jerk to you?
You read my diary. Just mind your own business and stay out of adult things that you don't understand and make sure you do this assignment really well. A few days later, I woke up and found Haley sleeping at my desk next to the pile of assignments she'd been working on. I noticed a small piece of paper next to her. It was a little sketch of Haley and Abby outside a cute little home she'd written. I love you, Mom. Suddenly, I felt terribly sorry for her, so I decided to enroll her in my school. I marched her straight into the principal's office and dumped my calculus assignment on the table. My niece here did this. She's brilliant. You have to enroll her. You can test her. The principal rolled her eyes and wrote a question on a piece of paper and pushed it towards Haley.
Fine, solve this, baby genius.
In under a minute, she solved it and pushed the paper back.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
The principal looked at it with her mouth open. She immediately year-old Haley in the 6th grade on a scholarship for gifted kids. I felt like the world's best on. As soon as we left the office, I bumped into someone. I looked up to see that it was Brody with Jessica right behind him.
What did you do? You made me fail.
What are you talking about?
How else do you explain the F?
That's not possible. And how do you explain holding Jessica's hand? You're still with her?
Of course he is, loser.
And with that, Jessica grabbed his face and started kissing him.
Ew, you guys are so gross. I'm glad I messed up your assignment. I knew you're not good enough for my aunt.
Then she turned to me.
You're too beautiful and smart for dumbbells like him. You deserve someone so much better.
Jessica raised her hand to slap Haley.
Watch your mouth, you little.
I immediately cut in. If you or your two-timing jerk of a boyfriend ever think of touching my niece, I will rip you apart. Come on, Haley. After class, I looked around for Haley, but she was nowhere to be seen. I finally found her in the washroom surrounded by other girls from 6th grade.
You're only tough in class, BB Einstein.
Isn't it time change your diaper already? You stink.
Back off. I'm not scared of you.
It's time we change that.
There was no way someone was talking to my niece like that. Hey, back off, jerks. You're just jealous because she's smarter in her sleep than you are all at your best. The girls immediately stepped away and scattered as they ran out of the bathroom. One of them said,
If I was that ugly, I would want to be smart too.
At that, Haley burst into tears.
I am beautiful. I have a curry skin purity.
I asked her what I could do to make her feel better.
Well, I've been wanting to go shopping for weeks now.
How about I take you to the mall tomorrow, kiddo? I have the play today and I really need that scholarship.
But I really need new boots. I've only 14 pairs.
That's its tragics. I promise. I'll take you tomorrow.
It's Sleeping Beauty. All you have to do is sleep. No need for practice. I want to go now.
I sighed and said nothing. She looked mad and ran off. I deal with her later. I had to play in University Scouts waiting for me. I changed it to my costume and was just about to go on stage when my phone rang.
We have a little girl here, Haley, who says she's your niece and she's forgotten her way home. Please come and get her immediately. The mall's closing.
What? You must be mistaken. Haley would never listen.
Lady, you come get this kid or I leave her outside.
I ran out of the auditorium feeling furious. I was going to kill Haley. I found her outside the mall and a pair of new boots. She jumped up when she saw me.
Hey, look, Kylie. Aren't these pretty?
How could she make me miss my play for a pair of stupid shoes? Before I knew it, I was yelling at her. You're such a brat. I wish you'd never come to live with me. Haley looked shocked and then burst into tears. As soon as we got home, she jumped into the closet and slammed it shut. I started feeling terrible for yelling at her and told her to come sleep on the bed, but she wouldn't even reply to me. When I woke up the next morning, Haley wasn't in the cupboard. I noticed her little backpack was gone too, and so was the picture she'd drawn. I looked for her all over the house, then ran to school hoping to find her in class, but her teacher said she hadn't come to school this morning.
Is everything okay, Carly? Also, when you have the time, I need to talk to you about Haley's attention deficit disorder.
Her what? Oh God, her behavior was a condition. I felt even worse. Panic rose in my chest, and I did the only anything I could. I went to Mom and told her everything. She was shocked at first, and then she was so mad at me.
You let my grandchild sleep in the closet and now you've lost her. How could you be so careless?
Don't blame me. It's your fault my sister doesn't trust you with her kid and I'm only 15.
This is not the time for your nonsense. Where do we look for her now?
Just then Haley drawing came to my mind and I thought that Haley might be at my sister. We got there and I ran inside and sure enough this was Abby house. I started to look around and found Haley in bed fast asleep while hugging Abby frame picture. Mom and I ran and hugged her and Mom whispered into her ear.
I'm sorry, kiddo. I'm so sorry. I don't know where your mommy is, but I promise I'll look after you till then.
Somewhere along the evening, we fell asleep next to Haley. The next morning, I woke up to find Abby sitting on the bed and smiling at us. Abby?
Abby?
Mommy!
Haley ran and hugged her while she groaned a bit.
Easy there, kiddo.
Mom was all tears. She kept hugging Abby and Haley and crying and see how sorry she was. But where were you, Abby? What's wrong? Finally, she told me where she'd been for the last month. Apparently, she'd passed out at work and had to be taken to the hospital. She'd been unwell for a while and had left the note with my address for Abby as a precaution in case she got worse.
Lucky you did, but now it's time to come back home. You need someone to take care of you, and now that I've seen her, I want my granddaughter in my life.
Looks like no one can resist your cuteness.
Oh, thank goodness. Aunt Carly finally said something smart. Hi, I'm Elsa from California. Please like and subscribe. I was born to one of the most beautiful women in the world. Yeah, everyone thinks about their moms. But in my case, it was actually true. Everyone said so, and I was just like her. Dad adored us both, and we lived in a beautiful house. Life was good, almost perfect. But when I was 14, everything changed. One day, I slipped on something on the pavement outside and fell to the ground. And when I woke up, I discovered that I had small scars all over my face, and the doctors said they may never go away completely. I was in shock for a few days. Once the scars were healed, Mom took me to the mall to buy makeup. But just putting on some concealer wasn't helping much. You could still see them. The next few days, I spent hours watching YouTube makeup tutorials. I studied the way makeup artists transform their faces with layers of makeup. And once I'd applied it on myself, my parents were stunned.
Elsa, I hardly recognize you. But honey, the stuff will rub off when you play outside.
True. So, I guess I won't be doing that anymore. A week later, my parents sat me down for a talk.
Elsa, we have some difficult news. Our company is not doing well and we'll have to sell the house while we're taking care of all this. We think it's best that you go to my sister in Seattle for a while.
Honestly, it was a lot to take in, but a part of me was relieved. I'd never met my aunt or been to Seattle, but it meant a fresh start where no one knew what I looked like before. 2 days later, I flew to Seattle, and a driver picked me up at the airport. Aunt's house was basically a mansion. I knew Aunt owned a skincare company, but I had no idea she was so rich. A maid led me to my room, And as I was unpacking, I suddenly jumped when I saw someone's reflection in the mirror. It was a really strange woman with an odd nose and an unpleasant expression. Hi, can I help you? Help me? How would you help me when you've come to live on my charity? Wait, this woman was my aunt? She looked nothing like Mom. Oh, I'm sorry, Aunt. I've just never seen any pictures of you. Of course. Why would your vain mother keep pictures of me? All she ever cared about was herself and her looks. Judging by all the makeup on your face, I guess that's what she taught you too. Not exactly. Since I'll be living with you, you might as well know. I took a wet tissue and cleaned the makeup off my face. Aunt stared at me, and then she started laughing. Oh, ha ha ha! This must bother your mother so much. She couldn't even stand it if she had a tiny pimple. She was obsessed with perfection. Well, she's not like that now. Huh, really? I'm guessing it was her idea to get you all this makeup? Trust me, I know your mother better than you do. With that, she just turned and left. Well, yeah, Mom had bought me the makeup, but it was what I wanted too. Aunt was just weird. And over the next few days, I realized she was really weird. She'd ask me to do the oddest tasks. I only eat the blue candies, so pick them out and throw the rest away. Get me 6 blueberry muffins from the bakery, and then pick out all the blueberries. I'm allergic. You have to read me 22 pages every night before I go to sleep. I tried doing whatever she asked, but then one night, she woke me up by calling me. I need 3 apples from the tree down the road. You need them now? It's 3 a.m. I'm not going, Aunt. And I hung up. But moments later, she appeared in my bedroom. If I were you, I'd do what you're told, Elsa. I've been doing that, but I think you're just enjoying torturing me. You and your parents owe me. They're nearly bankrupt, and I've been sending them money and also offered to send you to school. So I want those apples now. I climbed out of bed and went out. I didn't realize my parents were in so much trouble, and I didn't want to add to their stress. I got some relief from her when I started school. I was looking for my class the first day when a boy approached me.
Are you new here? You look lost.
Yeah, I'm extremely lost. His name was Kristoff, and he was really nice. He showed me the way to my class, and as we parted, he said,
Hope I get to see you around later.
Maybe Seattle would be bearable after all. As I was looking for an empty seat, a gorgeous girl waved at me.
You come and sit right here, new girl. I'm Tracy, and honestly, I'm the only person worth knowing in this class. Everyone else is boring. By the way, I just love your makeup.
Wow, this Tracy was definitely full of herself. But she was kind of fun, and soon we started hanging out every day. A few weeks later, she proposed a sleepover, but it had to be at my house. Sure, but be warned, my aunt is weird. The night started off pretty fun, but then Tracy turned to me and said,
I want to know how you do your makeup. Here, use this to take it off and show it to me from the start.
Before I could reply, I heard Aunt yelling, Elsa, I can't find my underwear. Help me find it. When I got to her room, I found her sitting on the bed. Don't show that girl your face without makeup. Ever. Why not? And wait, how did you know what we were talking about? Not important. Now listen to me. I own a skincare company, and I promise everyone perfect, flawless skin. I can't have customers knowing that my own niece is, well, not perfect. It will be bad for my brand. So I'm just supposed to hide my face from my friend? Please don't make me remind you about everything I'm doing for you and your parents. Yeah, I won't tell anyone. I went back and told Tracy I was tired and wanted to sleep.
You're not going to take your makeup off first?
Nope, it'll last me another day. Luckily, Tracy didn't push it, and I was glad to have her as a friend. But the best part about school was Kristoff. One time, he caught me looking at the track team's flyer.
Do you like to run?
I think it's something I could like.
I love running. Race you to the gym.
You're on! Suddenly, he sprinted, and I followed, but he was too fast. When I finally caught up with him, he was leaning against the water cooler.
Amateur!
I didn't say I was a superstar.
But you had fun, didn't you?
Before I could say yes, I wiped sweat off my forehead and saw my makeup start to run. Oh, no, I gotta go. I ran like crazy and only stopped when I reached the bathroom. I was able to fix my makeup just in time. But when I was leaving for home that day, Kristoff caught up with me.
Hey, why'd you run off like that before?
Before I could reply, a car honked loudly, and it was my aunt calling out to me. Why are you here?
I can't pick up my favorite niece now. And who's that boy?
Just a friend.
You're obviously lying. You like him. Well, don't tell him about your real face if you want him to like you back.
Maybe not everyone's as shallow as you, Aunt.
Oh, yes, they are. Trust me, I know. I got mocked for my appearance all the time. I couldn't change other things, but I could change my skin. And I really did with my creams. But unfortunately, you only have makeup, and that rubs off.
She made me so mad. But what if she was right? Maybe Kristoff wouldn't like me if he knew the truth. But something totally unexpected happened the next day. Tracy had bought some new foundation, and she kept insisting at lunch that I try it. I told you, I don't want to take my makeup off right now.
Can you drop it? Why are you like this? It's weird that you never take off your makeup in front of anyone. It's almost pathetic.
Suddenly I felt mad. I'm pathetic? What about you? Is there anything even real about you?
I'm more real than you are.
Really? Are your eyelashes real? And what about your nose job? Is this even real? I tugged on her hair just for effect, but suddenly half of it ended up in my hands. Oh God! I had no idea Tracy wore hair extensions.
You knew, didn't you? Yeah, I'm insecure about my hair. You're insecure about your skin. But I'd never take your makeup off like that.
How would I know? I'm sorry. But it was too late. Everyone had seen me. They all thought I was a bully now and had exposed Tracy's secret on purpose. I tried to apologize, but Tracy completely ignored me. No one else was talking to me either. And even worse, Kristoff was being cold to me. Hey, it seems like you've been avoiding me.
Well, yeah, I have. That was a really messed up thing you did to Tracy.
I promise I didn't know.
I'm not sure I believe that. How could you not know? She's your best friend. You're just not who I thought you were.
That hurt me more than anything else. I felt super lonely, so I just started having my lunch in an empty classroom while watching Avatar videos on YouTube. It was the only thing that made me feel better. A few days later, I saw Kristoff going into the gym, and I decided I'd tell him everything so that he could get to know the real me. He hadn't seen me yet, and just then, he started rolling up his pants. He had scars all over his legs. Suddenly, he realized I was right behind him.
Elsa, you weren't supposed to see that. Please don't tell anyone. It happened in an accident and no one knows.
Kristoff, I would never tell anyone. I wouldn't even have done that to Tracy if I'd known the truth about her hair.
I want to believe you, but I don't think you understand what being insecure about something feels like. You look so perfect all the time.
And then I wiped off my makeup to show him my real face.
Oh, Elsa, I had no idea. You're beautiful. Thank you for showing me.
He pulled me into a tight hug, and for the first time since my accident, I felt seen and accepted. Accepted as me. The next day at school, I came with my makeup as usual. But Kristoff showed up in shorts, exposing his legs for the world to see. What was he doing?
Elsa, I wanted to thank you. When you showed me your scars yesterday, I just became less afraid to show mine. I don't want to hide them anymore.
I don't know what to say, especially because I haven't been so open about my own scars.
Maybe you can take your makeup off now. We can take this step together.
I wish I could, but I can't let anyone see me without makeup. I told him how my witch aunt had instructed me to never take off my makeup in public, or she'd stop helping my family.
We can keep it a secret as long as you reapply it before you go home. She won't know, right?
At first, most of the kids at school didn't even recognize me without makeup. When they realized who it was, they were stunned. But I was surprised by how many people told me I was brave. Tracy looked shocked when I walked up to her. Here's my secret. Will you believe me now? That I would never have let yours out on purpose?
Yeah, I suppose you wouldn't.
I thought things were finally back to normal. But the next day, I was about to go home when someone told me to check Tracy's Facebook page. She'd posted a picture of me without makeup in a caption that said, "I guess Ms. Perfect isn't perfect after all." Wow, so she hadn't forgiven me after all. I was gonna kick her butt the next day. But when I got home, Aunt was waiting for me, looking like a tiny dragon.
You want to explain this picture to me?
Not really. You were wrong about everyone, Aunt. No one judges me for my scars. In fact, they think I'm awesome for not hiding them. And Kristoff thinks I'm beautiful just the way I am. They're lying.
They're laughing behind your back. And you messed up big time by not listening to me. I'm gonna withdraw you from that school and stop sending money to your parents.
Excuse me, what's this about you sending us money?
Aunt and I turned around in shock to see Mom behind us.
Elsa, has she been treating you badly? Why didn't you tell me?
When I told her everything, Mom was furious.
You petty, petty woman. As if you'd ever offer a single penny to anyone. I've been sending you money for Elsa's school. I know you've always envied me, but I didn't think you'd stoop so low and take it out on my daughter.
And why would I envy you? I'm successful and have all the money in the world.
Yeah, but you're gonna rot alone in this mansion. Good luck.
Mom took my hand and we left. I was so glad to be out of that house.
Honey, our business is doing much better now. And we even found a house. I came to get you so that you could see it before we bought it.
I'm so happy things are better, Mom. But do you think we could move to Seattle? I finally feel like I fit in here. Mom looked really surprised.
Yeah, I think we can do that. But are you sure?
I thought about Kristoff and smiled. Yeah, I'm sure. My name is Annie, and my dream is to be a screenwriter. Unfortunately, I wasn't there yet, but I had the most incredible boyfriend, Sam Mitchell, one of the most famous actors of our generation. But you're breaking up with me. But why? I thought everything was perfect.
Perfect? This was never perfect. I'm done with this whole play. I'm leaving. Goodbye.
After I got myself together, I made a decision. I spent every penny I'd saved to book myself the getaway of my dreams. Aspen, a wintry wonderland, perfect for forgetting Sam Mitchell. But then I got the shock of my life. No freaking way.
Sammy, help the poor girl.
I got it.
Annie, what are you doing here?
Sammy, who's your friend?
This is Annie, a production assistant from set.
Great to meet you.
Meredith.
So, are you two dating? Thankfully, the horrible encounter was about to end.
Where to?
Snowden Suites.
No way. Us too.
The trip of my dreams was quickly becoming the trip of my nightmares.
OMG, let's share a cab. We'll cover it, don't worry.
Before I could say a word, I was crammed shoulder to shoulder in the cab between my ex and his new girlfriend.
Oh hey, that's my new single, Turn It Up. Oh my god.
You're Meredith Rogers.
Yeah, want an autograph?
I did. I really did. If Sam Mitchell was the most popular actor of our generation, then Meredith Rogers was the most popular singer, but I stayed strong. When we finally reached the resort, all of my worries faded away.
Wow. Coming, Annie?
You go ahead. Sam Mitchell and I made awkward eye contact, but nothing would ruin this trip for me. Not even him and his mega pop star, whose annoyingly nice girlfriend. After nearly freezing to death to make sure I wouldn't run into Sam Mitchell and Meredith, I finally went inside. Checking in, suddenly I saw the cutest concierge imaginable, Eddie.
What's your name?
Annie.
Get lost in the snow? Annie?
Do you really want to know?
Of course.
I'm avoiding my ex and his new girlfriend. They checked in before me.
Wait, Sam Mitchell and Meredith Rogers? That's incredibly sucky. Totally sucky.
This was supposed to be my time to forget him and, well, guess that's not happening.
Yes it is, cause I'm upgrading you to the presidential suite.
I can't afford that.
Free of charge. Nobody's booked there for a while anyway.
This cute guy I just met was being so nice to me. Maybe my luck was turning around. Thank you, Eddie. Maybe the trip could be saved. After all, it was a huge resort, right? Wrong.
Sorry.
Everywhere I went, there they were. It was like they were stalking me. Even when they weren't there, they were still haunting me. I couldn't take it anymore.
Whoa, careful. You seem like you've got something on your mind. It wouldn't happen to do with one of our 2 celebrity guests, would it?
Why ever would you think that?
Just a suspicion. I just got out of a relationship myself.
Really?
Here. The perfectly golden marshmallow.
For me?
Who else?
This guy was so sweet and so cute. Why did you break up?
She cheated.
That's terrible.
You got a little.
That's so embarrassing.
Nah. It's cute.
Things with Eddie were just easy. We talked all night about everything, from the silly...
I've always secretly wished I had one of those silly hats with a poop ball on top.
To the serious I want to write for TV, but nobody will give me a chance. Earlier that morning, I'd been devastated over Sam Mitchell. And now, as the night ended, I felt myself wishing it wouldn't.
You're sweet. Lady.
Such a gentleman.
You know, I haven't had this much fun just talking in ever.
Me neither.
I don't want to cross any lines, but I would really like to kiss you.
I'd like that. It was like fireworks, everything I ever want her.
Have a good night, Annie.
You too, Eddie. That night, I slept like a baby and didn't think about my ex once. The next day, I couldn't wait to see Eddie. What special activities are there today?
So many. Oh
no. Was he going to take it back? Did he regret that we kissed?
There's somebody coming for the presidential suite tonight. I'm gonna have to move you back to your original room.
Oh, that's totally fine.
I'm really sorry.
You're sweet to worry. It's really okay. I'll go move my stuff over. I really didn't mind changing room. The suite was nice while it lasted until—
Oh, hey neighbor.
Don't panic. It's not too bad. But then I realized I could hear them through the vents.
This is the sweetest 1-year anniversary ever.
Anything for you, baby.
Wait, 1-year anniversary. That means he cheated for over a year. 12 months, 365 days. How could I have been so stupid?
Hey, you aren't stupid. You loved him.
Yeah, well, I feel pretty stupid. He's a huge celebrity and I'm a nobody. I should have known.
You need to cut yourself some slack.
That was true. It wasn't just me he'd fooled, but that didn't make it feel any better.
When my girlfriend cheated on me, you know what helped? Closure.
Like cussing them out?
No. Just having an honest conversation to try to understand what happened.
I never want to see his stupid face ever again.
That's the hurt talking. Trust me, if you chat with him, I bet you'll have an easier time moving on. No matter what he says, just say okay and walk away.
Okay, and walk away.
And then how about I book us something nice for this evening once I get off work?
Deal. I found Sam Mitchell in the ski slopes, and I hate how beautiful he looked. We need to talk. Why did you cheat on me? Sam Mitchell looked at me like a deer in the headlights.
What? Why would you think that?
Look, I don't care. I know you're here for your 1-year anniversary. I just want to know why. For a second, I thought he'd stay in denial, but then he sighed.
We met for her music video last year, and we just connected. Like, what we had was great, but there was a lot of stuff I couldn't explain. Pressure of being famous, and she just got it. And she was exciting and fun, and I don't know. Weren't you bored in our relationship too?
Bored?
I mean, yeah. It was like I was always taking you to my events, introducing you to my friends. Who's just boring? We're at different levels. You know what I mean.
It took every ounce of strength I had not to throw a hot chocolate in his face, but instead, okay.
That's it, Annie. That's it. Aren't you upset?
He was absolutely shocked at my response. If there was one thing I knew about Sam Mitchell, it was that he always wanted what he couldn't have. And it was incredibly satisfying to show him he'd never have me. Plus, I had a date to get to. Eddie surprised me with a romantic sleigh ride, something Sam Mitchell would never do.
We just have to wait for the other couple.
Then guess who showed up? You.
Is there a problem?
Yeah, we'll just take the next one.
No, it's fine.
You sure?
I promise. I had decided the best revenge was not being the awkward one. I'd show him. I moved on just as quickly.
Okay.
The sleigh started moving as we began our romantic ride. I cuddled up with Eddie, almost giggling with glee when I saw Sam Mitchell's jealous face, and Meredith noticed.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, it's
great. Some people think it's awkward to be on a romantic sleigh ride with their ex, but I'm totally good.
Ex? But I thought you were a pa?
I was that too. We dated for 3 years.
Sammy, you didn't tell me that.
Must have slipped my mind.
When we arrived at the Christmas village, stuff between Sam Mitchell and Meredith was obviously awkward, but I just leaned into it. This is so romantic, Eddie.
Yeah, I'm glad you think so.
The night was perfect, the Christmas village was adorable, and Eddie was the perfect gentleman.
Want some roasted nuts?
Perfect. So then, of course, Sam Mitchell had to ruin it.
You look really cute tonight.
Thanks.
Are you cold? You can have my jacket.
Of course he would try to flirt with me now that he couldn't have me. I would have pitied him if I hadn't seen the look on Meredith's face. The ride back was awkward for them.
Why don't you make your own movie?
Do you have any idea how hard that is?
So I bet you could do it. You need to have more faith in yourself. Annie, take life by the horn.
I'm more of a go-with-the-flow kind of girl.
Take a leap of faith.
But once I went to bed...
Meredith, don't go.
You're not over her. I'm not going to be your second choice.
Wait.
They broke up? I can't wait for sledding tonight.
I'm so sorry. My boss asked me to work the night shift, and I can't say no.
It's okay. Solo sledding. It is like a freaking mosquito. Sam Mitchell found me again.
Annie, wait. I've been thinking. I made a mistake.
Which one?
About us. I should have never cheated, Annie.
Obviously.
No, I mean it. I messed up. Take me back. You know, I'm an idiot sometimes. A lot of times. But we're good together. And maybe I could even get you a job writing for my show next season.
In our entire relationship, he'd never offered to help me with my career. You'd really do that?
Of course, baby. I love you.
No, we're over. But it was too late.
Annie?
Eddie, let me explain.
You don't need to.
Wait,
No, Annie, I just told you that I got cheated on, and now you go and do this? Do me a favor, leave me alone.
don't. By the time my last day at the resort rolled around, I was more alone than I'd ever been. He avoided me my whole last day, but I left him a present. On the trip back home, I was replaying everything in my head, and I thought back to Eddie's advice. Take a leap of faith. I had nothing to lose, so why not go for it? I quit my job and shot my own movie. It was hard, but I was proud. And I even made it into a film festival. I sent Eddie an invitation, not to win him back, but to say thank you. I was finally secure in myself, alone. I was surprised at how sad I was when he didn't show. I was sitting alone in the theater, savoring the stillness after the crowd had left, when I saw him. You came.
Of course I did. It was, wow.
Where have you been?
My flight got delayed, and by the time I got here, they already shut the door, but I snuck up to watch it in the projection booth.
I wanted to explain about that night, and it meant nothing at all.
I was thinking something warm, somewhat quiet, just the two of us.
Sure, I'd love to.
Hi, I'm Emery, and this is my story. But before I continue, please like and subscribe. When I was a kid, my parents always fought a lot. Mom got so fed up that she yanked me out of bed one night and snuck me out the door. Mom, I'm sleepy. I want to go to bed.
Shh. Quiet.
The next thing you know, we'd moved to a tiny apartment in a strange town, and I hated it. I screamed and cried for Mom to take us back home. Take me back! This is whack! I tried reaching out to my dad, but he was always too busy. That made me sad. But Mom found ways to cheer me up. Eventually, I got used to our new place, and hanging out with Mom was pretty cool. After a while, Mom met someone new. Soon they were married, and we moved into a new house. My stepdad was nice, but his daughter was a witch.
Hey Naomi, welcome your new mom and stepsister.
Welcome them. You, Dad, they're poor. Why are we keeping them here and feeding them? They're disgusting and gross.
Haha, she's just kidding. She's a little shy. She's a sweetheart once you get to know her.
Naomi was the worst. She threw ketchup in my face, turned the lights off when I was reading, tossed my clothes out the window, and stole all my toys. I tried to tell my mom what was going on.
Hey babe, we're guests here. Naomi is a bit spoiled, but we have to learn to accept her.
Thank God Naomi and I didn't go to the same school. Naomi went to an expensive school for brats, and I begged my mom and stepdad to let me stay at my old school. But a few years later, things took a turn. My stepdad's company lost a ton of money and he couldn't keep up with the bills.
Girls, money is tight, so we'll have to enroll both of you in public school.
Public school? No!
Naomi threw the biggest tantrum and refused to eat for a week. Though I caught her sneaking cookies from the kitchen at night. On the first day of school, Naomi acted like a total spoiled brat.
Hey everyone! You may see this girl talking to me, but that doesn't mean we're related. She's just our maid.
No, she's our maid.
No, she's our maid.
No, she is our maid.
No, she's our maid.
Naomi and I fought all the time. We shouted at each other in the hallway, had a food fight in the cafeteria, and one time during science class, we started shoving each other and accidentally hurt the teacher who was trying to separate us. She ended up with a broken nose. The kids thought we were insane. Neither of us had any friends. I mean, I couldn't blame them. Naomi was a crazy witch and I'm cool, but shy and weird and insecure and invisible. So yeah, after weeks of being outcasts, we grew a bit closer. Just a bit. Because we were lonely, and we only had each other. Then one day in first grade, our parents sat us down to give us some news.
We're gonna have a baby.
Oh really? That's cool!
A baby? Why would you go and do a stupid thing like that?
The baby came and my parents were so happy.
A beautiful little boy.
Isn't he precious? Let's call him Sam.
I fell in love with Sam immediately, even though he was annoying. He cried a lot and peed all over the place. Naomi avoided Sam like the plague. She'd lock herself in her room and only came out to eat.
Look at his stupid, dirty face. Oh my God. Why is he throwing food everywhere?
I played with Sam every day.
You're so good with him. Honey, could you watch Sam while Dad and I run some errands?
Sure, no problem. As time went on, Mom and Dad started leaving him with me all the time. Eventually, I was Sam's permanent babysitter. When Sam turned 2, he turned into a maniac. He drew on the walls with crayons, smashed an expensive vase, and poured milk in my dad's office drawer. And they blamed me every time.
That vase cost a fortune. I'm taking it out of your allowance.
But it's not my fault.
I told you so.
Told me what?
That the brat was a bad idea. It's only gonna get worse.
And Naomi was right. One day, I had a huge chemistry test and told my parents way in advance that I needed to study. But they still shoved Sam in my face and just left. I'd had enough. I dropped Sam off in Naomi's room and headed out the door.
Where do you think you're going?
I'm done with this family. I'm out of here.
You can't just leave me with this thing.
Watch me. Look, Sammy, she has cookies. Sam grabbed Naomi and I walked out the door.
Ah, no, get away. Leave me alone. Help.
I hopped on the bus and went straight to my dad's. He was out of town when I got there, so his maid let me in. For the first time in a long time, I had peace and quiet. My mom and stepdad freaked out when they found out I'd left, but I refused to come back. In school the next day, Naomi ran up to me looking crazy.
I can't take it. Please come back home.
I thought you hated me?
I do, but Sam's a demon. He tore up all my clothes and flushed my makeup down the toilet.
Sounds like you're getting a taste of your own medicine. I turned to walk away, but then Naomi started bawling like a big baby.
Please, I'll do anything. Just come back home.
Okay, maybe I'll come back, but on one condition. You have to do what I say when I ask.
No way. I'm not your maid.
You won't be my maid, you'll be my assistant.
That's even worse.
Take it or leave it. Naomi reluctantly agreed. But even if she hadn't, I'd have moved back anyway because I missed my little Sam. The thought of him being ignored by my shallow parents and selfish Naomi made me sick to my stomach. I moved back in, and whenever our parents left us with Sam, I'd set up a schedule, so Naomi and I shared the responsibilities. Things were great for a while, but they took a turn. When Sam turned 10, he stole my mom's diamond ring and gave it to his classmate to impress her.
A pretty ring for a pretty girl?
Are you crazy? I can't take this.
Sam got so mad he punched the girl in the face. Then he sold mom's ring to his friend.
I'll give it to you for $50.
40!
Deal!
One day, Sam's teacher called my parents in for a meeting. Of course, they were too busy to go and sent me and Naomi instead.
We came because our parents have leukemia.
Oh my god!
No, she means anemia.
No, I think I meant amnesia. They're getting old and crazy.
They're just sick, and we came instead of them. Can you tell us what the problem is?
Sam gave one of his classmates a black eye. He broke a window, and he's been terrorizing the other students.
When we got home, I went straight to Sam's room. We need to talk about what's going on with you in school.
I'm busy.
If you keep this up, you might get expelled.
Get out!
Sam slammed the door in my face. He was very stubborn, but I wanted to help him. When my mom and stepdad came back that night, Naomi and I told them everything.
It's those mean kids, they hate me. And they're always making fun of me because I don't have nice things.
Oh, darling, we're so sorry.
We'll buy you new clothes.
Then Mom took Sam on a shopping spree. I couldn't believe they fell for his act. Later that night, my parents went out of town for a business dinner, and Naomi and I were watching Avatar World videos in my room when Sam appeared out of nowhere.
Hey, stupid witches, you're gonna pay for telling on me.
Get out of the way, psycho! We're trying to watch TV.
Sam pulled out a huge jar of crickets from behind his back and smashed it onto the floor. The crickets landed in our hair and all over our clothes.
Ha ha ha! Get them, my pretties!
A couple of months later, Mom and Stepdad called us into the living room to tell us we were moving into a brand new, fancy house.
So wait, we're rich again?
Yes, we have twice as much money as we had before.
Thank God! I hated being poor.
Now I can go to a fancy college.
Only the best for my daughter.
A month later, Naomi left for college in another city. I could have gone away too, but I was too worried about Sam. So I got enrolled in a college close to home. But soon after, my stepdad enrolled Sam in an expensive private school, and he started hanging out with these spoiled rich kids. I had to make sure that he didn't get into some big trouble. In my sophomore year, I was reading in the park one day when suddenly I spotted a big dog running at crazy speed with a guy my age trying to grab his leash. His name was Alex, and he was a senior in my university. I gave him my hoodie, and we ended up talking for a while. I hadn't even realized 2 hours had gone by. Oh shoot, I gotta go. I gotta check in on my little brother.
So how? How do I get your hoodie back to you? Maybe I could take you out for dinner tomorrow?
Oh, I'm sorry, but with the university and some things at home, I really don't have time to date.
Gotcha. Well, here's my number. Just let me know where I can drop it then.
He started walking away, and so did I. But a part of me felt like I was doing the wrong thing. Hey, wait! How about a coffee tomorrow?
Sounds like a good place to start.
Alex and I started dating, and being with him just made me happy. For the first time, it felt like someone was noticing what I needed and was taking care of me. But things at home with Sam just kept getting worse. He was skipping classes and getting detention all the time. And then some creepy guys started coming around the house looking for Sam when my parents weren't home. When I asked him who they were, he just told me to mind my business. Then one night, Sam came home with a bruised face. Are you okay? What's going on?
I'm fine, sis. I can take care of myself.
Sam, I can't be your babysitter forever. I have a life of my own, and one day I'll just leave.
Then leave. My life, my choices. You can't change someone who doesn't want to change.
Then he just hugged me and cried. The next morning I tried to talk to him, but he was already gone. I'm worried about Sam. I think something's going on with him.
You worry too much, honey. Sam's fine.
Have you seen his face?
He said he got hurt during football practice.
Soon after I graduated, Alex proposed. And I was over the moon! I'd have to move out, but I would only be 10 minutes away from Sam. Not that he seemed to care much either way. And on my wedding day, Sam was nowhere to be found. I kept calling him, but I couldn't get through. And we couldn't postpone the ceremony any longer. I felt so upset that he had missed this. But 2 hours later, I finally got a panicked call from Sam asking me to pick him up from some bad neighborhood. You're not a baby anymore. You just ruined one of the most important days of my life. I've always been there for you, and you couldn't even be there for me, even today. I started to give up hope of fixing him. I was fighting a battle alone, a battle that wasn't mine, and my parents just made things worse. Sam failed high school, but my stepdad paid the school board to give him passing grades. It made me so mad, but I had no say in the matter. Then one day, the company I worked for gave me an amazing job promotion if I moved to California. It was a great opportunity, but I felt unsure. Alex supported me either way, but I tossed and turned all night, thinking about what to do, and finally called Naomi.
You've got one life, Emery. You can either live it for Sam or live it for yourself.
Sam had started interning at his dad's firm, but I observed him for some weeks and saw that he still had the same kind of friends and was still blowing money and partying the same way. And I finally made my decision.
What? You're going to California? That's across the country. I need you here, Emery.
No, not really. You only need me around to clean up your messes. But I'm done doing that. Sam, you were right. You can't change someone who doesn't want to change.
Emery, please. You're all I have.
You've got Mom and Dad, and they'll take care of you in their own way. You're their kid. I just can't be your parent anymore.
But you're my big sister.
And I'll always be there for you as that. So when you decide to fix your ways, come and see me, okay? I love you, Sam, but I'm leaving. It's time.